I am back with another analysis. Today we are going to go through Ethereum. First of all, we are going to check out the Ethereum news that released yesterday. Then we will jump into the chart as always and start analyzing the Ethereum chart, ETHUSD. We are actually going to analyze it with technical analysis via price action method, which in this method, obviously, we're going to look at the price action on the chart and not utilizing any specific indicator or something. And we will continue starting our analysis with weekly time frame. And because I prefer to take a look at the history a little bit, I always believe that it is going to benefit. It is going to have some benefits for us, and then we'll continue as long as we continue getting closer and closer to the current time. To the right of the chart, I will just go to the lower time frame, daily and hourly. And of course, this is going to be an update on our previous analysis. If you're watching me on YouTube, the link is in the description, and you can later on go and check out that. But no worries, I will go through the key points in this analysis as well. So let's jump into the news. Here is the news. Ethereum's long-awaited Shanghai upgrade in final stages. The key points are the final test run before Ethereum users can withdraw a stake ETH has been successfully completed. A rough date for the upgrade has been set for around 12th of April, although it could be face delays. Experts believe the upgrade will result in a huge surge of interest in Ethereum staking. So this is the positive news for Ethereum. And yeah, it has been announced yesterday, but the date is 12th April. So let's jump into the chart. We will also check this data out on the chart to see if we can find some sort of keys about this, if it is going to be, because it is roughly and also it can be delayed, but we will take a look at that. Let's jump into the chart. As I said, I prefer to start from weekly. I will go through this a little bit much faster because I went through all these steps. Not all of them, of course, but most of them in the previous analysis. So first of all, I can see an impulsive wave. If I scroll back to the whole history, which is not, of course, necessary, I can see that it was an impulsive wave, just created some higher height. So as the an uptrend, I always want to take a look to, because each impulsive wave to complete its life cycle according to Elliot's wave theory, it is going to have a correction. And by utilizing this Fibonacci retracement tool that I'm actually drawing here, I can see how much has been corrected, how much this uptrend has been returned back, and we can see that it has been 78%, one of the key levels of this Fibonacci retracement tool. I removed that because it added some noise. I prefer to actually draw this as a support zone, and I can add some arrows quickly here. Uh, the most important thing is that uh, we know that it was the 78%. I can just write it down here. It was 78% of Fibo. So that's good. Let's zoom in a little bit, talk about this reversal. I can obviously can see an ABC, but I talked about this in the previous sentences. I want to come up with another scenario that after this impulsive, we're going to start another impulsive downside, which actually is going to, I'm not going to call this ABC, but this time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the other scenario. So let me just quickly change this to intermediate. So in that case, we are seeing some sort of side wave corrective structure here, and probably we are going to wait to see the fifth wave, or it might be the fifth wave as well, just to clarify, a truncated fifth wave. or you can count this as a fourth wave. I can come up with several scenarios. I will also cover that at the when I reach out to the conclusions. Um, but let's just keep it as such. Then we will come back to this weekly view at the end of the analysis. To take a closer look at it, this is very good information so far. Before jumping into the daily, I would like to also draw this resistance level, maybe extend it a little bit to top, and I can see that price has been reacted also to this level several times in the history. I can quickly a little bit dirty some arrows here, but what is important is the current situation, and I can see price has been also reached, so it might be a reversal as well, but we will talk about this, of course. So I think it is enough. Let's jump into the daily, as I promised. Let's reset the view, zoom out a little bit to take a look at these, some sort of a flat or range market, as we indicated that as the fourth wave. So first thing first, as I'm seeing this sideways corrective structure, I would like to take a closer look. As you know, I really love to understand the action of the price. I can see that as the corrective structure of this third wave or C wave or anything, anyhow we count it, this is going to this has been actually reversed up to 38 percentage. So it is saying that yeah, it is a side wave corrective structure, because side wave corrective structures, which this one look like a flat. Again, I will come back to that, but they are usually less than 15 percentage. So this is going to help me to have a better confidence of what I'm thinking about this way. I can add this 38 pence percentage of people level here, as the we are looking at this daily wave. Um, okay, but one thing about it is that, okay, if it was the impulsive, this reversal to this the level, yeah, it is good. It makes sense as the corrective structure of this wave, but it is so long. The reason is that with this is actually two corrections. This is the first one, and again from the same point, this is the second one, and they have been linked to each other with an X, with a link, which we can call this as you can see in the pop-up, the Elliott double combo wave, which this is going to be one corrective structure with X as the link to the second one, which is Y here. This is the combo corrective structure as we just talked about. Let me just expound this to take a closer look to this combo, or I'm not going to call it flat, because this was zigzag, this link and another zigzag to the top. So I'm not seeing any flat, but these combos all from the beginning to end is shaping a range market. From this point, I would like to actually take a yeah the level that actually um, it catches my eyes is this level that I'm seeing price recently reacted to that. Uh, several times price also reacted to this level as well. I can some other arrows. You know, the first two zones, this resistance level on the top and these 78 percentage of people, the bottom one, as you can see, they are wider because they were weekly zones, but this one is a daily zone. You can see it is much thinner and somewhere in the middle of this uh, range market. And now finally I can see that it has been reacted again to this level, this time as support. So let me extend this as well to the end, somewhere here. I think it is enough. We have actually counted these waves, understood what is going on here as this corrective structure, this very long range market. Let's jump into the hourly. I would like to take a closer look to this last wave as we get closer to the end of the chart, to the right side of the chart, to have a better sense of what is going on. It is always a good practice in my experiences that you just jump into the lower time frames to have a better sense, because in the end I want to come up with three type of conclusions: short term, mid term, and long term. So this is going to help me out in order to come up with my short conclusions. In the previous analysis, this is the point, because I also said in the agenda that I'm going to talk about as an update for the previous analysis. Again, the link is in the description. Um, this was the point almost, and I was expecting that yes, this has been reached to the uptrend. Yeah, I drew this level. It was here, and now I just adjust it because I'm seeing that it actually makes more sense when I actually draw those arrows on the daily. So I was expecting a reversal to downside, and it happened as a midterm, but it reversed back to the top. The reason was that maybe this news as the end of this um, uh, actually a trend, but the actual U-turn, this big U-turn, was according to the um, Silicon Valley's bank breakdown. So this weakened US dollar, and that's why Ethereum compared to US dollar just increased. That's the reason. But anyhow, that's about the news. But we are going to take a closer look to this with on the chart. So I can see that this reversal also reached that uh, weekly zone again. And so this arrow, which I drew on the weekly, now I can adjust it here. These are all talking about this exact point. So on the daily chart, I'm seeing a double top pattern. I'm seeing that price has been reached to a level, reversed, and reached to the same level, and again reversed to the bottom of these. So I'm hearing some noise. Let me just close that. Okay. Um, yes, I'm seeing that it has been created some double top on the daily chart on that weekly strong resistance level and some sort of reversal. Let me just also draw to the top of this channel. Let's get rid of these previous analysis. Let's extend them a little bit. I can see some sort of rising wedge that if I do it like that, if I just draw it a little bit more accurately, maybe this is some sort of a rising wedge, which usually happens on the end of an uptrend, and we are expecting a reversal or breakdown to from the bottom. So that's one of the reasons that I'm still expecting to have a downside. Um, Also, I can bring up MACD. I usually use this oscillator to just confirm the reversals. As you can see, price created higher highs, but on the MACD, it has been created the lower highs, and this is called divergence. This is creating divergence. And this is another indication of the reversal. So we have this kind of uptrend to the strong weekly level as well as double top on daily. I apologize. And now also we are seeing this divergence with the pattern of rising wedge. So this is all indicating a reversal, but this wedge has not been broken as this trend line is still valid. I can see also a little bit of reversal. If I jump into this hourly, you can see that yeah, it has been reached and a little bit of reversal here. So anyhow, it is so much detail. with all these things, at the end of the force corrective structure, at the end of the Y, uh, the strong daily double top rising wedge, and also divergence. So as the short term, I can come up with these, maybe in a very short term, we can see some reversal because here it is actually reached to this trend line as a support zone, but I'm expecting a breakdown somewhere to these levels up here. It can be here or it can be here, but I'm expecting the most important thing about the short-term conclusion, I'm still expecting a breakout here from the hourly perspective, from the downside of this wedge. So let's jump into the daily to look at the midterm. Let's remove a bunch of these arrows and red lines uh, to have a better view. Let's reset the chart. Let's also remove of that. Let's shrink this. Yeah, as we discussed, this has been reach out to this level. And let's go back to these wave countings that I talked about. The short term, I talked that it might be very short term, up, an uptrend, but a breakdown to this wedge. As a midterm, I'm expecting to some sort of reversal to the same level because it has been reached to the top of this range market or channel or anything you call it, but also, so I'm expecting a down, the reversal, a total reversal, a more huge reversal from this level again. But let's just go back to this, the wave that I counted the waves. That's one of the ways that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the previous analysis, let's jump into the weekly. In the previous analysis, how I counted these was ABC. So I will actually come up with this ABC again, this idea to just talk because I want to talk about a long term. So I would like to come back here as I promised. If it was an ABC, maybe it is not even a range or a combo corrective structure. Let's jump into the daily again to see much more details. So here, after reaching out to this level, and by the way, these waves can be counted in more details in the previous analysis. That's the reason that I'm not counting the details, the minor waves of that, because it is going to be duplicated. And as the update, I just want to come up with this another scenario as well, that maybe this was after this ABC. This is going to be in a start of the another impulsive structure to top, because the weekly we had this impulsive very long to the top, and then we had this reversal now as the ABC, and now maybe this is now the time to start another very powerful or big primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I utilize this Fibonacci retracement tool, I can see that if you want to count this as a first wave, it has been reversed to almost close to 78 percentage. Let's just extend this to have a better view to this 78 percentage. And now maybe this is a continuation of the third wave or something like that. That might be possible for also for the long term. So from this point, after reversal, if we might see an uptrend, so or even breakout as a long term, or it can be a continuation of going down to this same 78 percentage, because these big impulsive or ABC down here as the correction 78 percentage, if it is an ABC, because it has been corrected to 78 percentage, this uptrend, it's not going to be so sharp, because price just showed us that I'm not interested to just moving forward and going higher and higher. That's why I have corrected myself to almost 80 percentage. So this is the indication that even it is going to be in a start of another impulsive wave, bullish wave, the momentum is going to be slow. That's why we are seeing a long, almost range market, but we can also see in a little bit of an advance because this second wave was up to 78 percentage. But anyhow, as the mid and short term, as we discussed, it is going to be a corrective here, probably to this level. But if that's the case, we might see an uptrend or even breakout top. Or if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not a corrective structure at all, this major wave I'm talking about. So we might see a return to this level. And also it might be continuational. Another last a conclusion, a lot of scenarios I'm talking about, but it is also possible that from this point, if we really see that reversal as a long term, we might see a continuation of this range market. It is not going to be always up and down, as this combo corrective structure can be a triple. Let's just take a closer look to that um, tooltip that open Elliott triple combo wave, which can be a W, X, Y as we had it, but continued with another X, sometimes called double X or XX, and Z. So this is the scenario that I'm talking about with these two last arrows here as the long term. So it is a long term. With a lot of things can happen. We really need to more focus on mid-term and short-term because we need to see the price action in the future, the upcoming future, to determine which of that those scenarios might happen. But also in the news, we talked about this 12th of April. I would like to utilize another tool or indicator. Uh, I don't know if we should call this indicator or not, but this is Fib time zone or Fibonacci time zone. It is utilizing the same levels according to the Golden ratio of this series, mathematical series, but this time talking about the time, not the prices like the extension, Fibonacci extension or retracement. This is just because we had in the news about 12th of April. I would like to jump into this hourly. This is the wave in our previous analysis. I would like to grab the first and continue to the last of this trend. This usually showing us these lines that come up. It is 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, continuation of the Fibonacci level. But it also is going to help us to show a major or minor reversals on the chart. So you can see we had this impulsive as we just grabbed, chose this points as the first and the second. And you can see now we are going to see a reversal down here. And if it is correct, this reversal, we might probably see a minor reversal, maybe as a corrective structure sometime around here. And this is not something fixed. These are just around, probably around those areas. And on the 5th, it's the point that it is at the 1st of April. It is almost close to, not really close. This one is much closer. If I maybe grab these, let me just draw them correctly. If we say that we are going to have this, yeah, it is much closer to April, 12th of April. So I can see that it might be possible that these lines we are going to see some reversals, minor or major reversals here to down if we want to look at these trust these Fibonacci time zone. But I can see that it might be happen these 12th of April down here. You can see the time that it is exactly 12th of April. Um, okay, it was surprising to me as well. Uh, um, that it might be a reversal. So it is a longer one in comparison to the previous one. You can see as time just passes, it is going to be larger and larger. So it might be more major reversal to this level or a little bit. It should not be exactly to this level you can see the hourly, because we are on the hourly, you can see another hourly level, because this previous one, I mean this middle one here, this one, it is it was the daily resistance level, but I can see an hourly a critical zone, a support zone here as well. It can be continued up till here, but let's get rid of it. Just I wanted to show you that it might not be only reversal to this point, to that time, to this 12th of April. Anyhow, yeah, it might be, and also it said they said that it had been delayed. So I just want to show you that yeah, it might be happen from these Fibonacci time zone, or what it called. I forgot. Fibonacci time zone, yeah, indicator or anything. So these were this was our update that we're still expecting a reversal to a level down here on the Ethereum, and we talked about several scenarios for the long term, and yeah, also talked about the time, about the news. So it is only a continuation. It was only a U-turn for the Silicon Valley, as I talked about in the news, but the previous analysis is still valid. You can find other details if you are interested to take a look at that. Anyhow, if you have any major question, I have a Discord channel. You can ask your question, or if you're watching me on YouTube just as a recorded video, please, I would be grateful if you just put a comment. Feel free what your feel free to share your opinions, what you feel about this news, and I can be more aligned with your interests. So, anyhow, until next analysis, thank you for watching me, and have a nice day.